Hi there, everybody. Can you hear me? Welcome in. Still waiting. Can you guys hear me? Am I live? Let's see. Let me do this. Switch. Oh, you hear me. Okay. Let's switch accounts here. The benefits of having two YouTube accounts is I can watch myself on my other one. Switch accounts here. There we go. Give myself some love. Anyway, all right. So, what are y'all up to this afternoon? Anything good? Well, I am just trying to work on my spider block, which is a mess. It looks more like a turtle than it does a spider. Yeah, we're not even going to discuss what this is coming out the center. So, yeah, I went rogue on the pattern. I didn't follow what it said, and so I went my own way. And, well, you know. So we'll just skip that for now. I'm not going to work on that. I'm going to get the Grim Reaper back out that I'm still working on. Well, thank you. I appreciate you hurrying back on my account. I'm glad you didn't get hurt, though, because I would have still been here. So yeah, this is the Grim Reaper block from like, I don't know, I think it was Sunday. I'm still crocheting the single crochet block. I don't know how many I have in there, but I may decide to veto the rest of those single crochet blocks, because I still haven't finished the pumpkin yet either. The pumpkin is still half a face. Let's see, I've got him back over here in my project bag. Yep, he's still a half a face. I think I've only done maybe like one row since the last time you've seen him. Yes, the Grim Reaper is a cross stitch also. It is. Unfortunately. I mean, it's a cute pattern. So yeah. I don't know if I can keep doing these lives. I don't have anything to talk about. I mean, it was fun when it was my birthday because we were doing giveaways, but you know. Maybe some other folks will get in here soon. Oh, I guess I could show you also the spider web join that I've been working on for the last couple of days. So this is what it looks like so far. Let me get it straightened out here. And it's going to look like a little spider web here in where the corners join, like right here. It'll be a little spider web. Right now it looks like somebody's corset, but you know. So yeah. I don't know where Patricia went. She said hello. And Mateo said hello. So it says I have 3 watching. Well, that would be myself and you. So I guess I lost Mateo and Patricia. Oh, look, there's Shadow. He's awake from his nap. I forgot to close the blinds, so he's watching out the windows because I have windows there and there, but then I also have windows over there. See, you see 4, I see 2. I saw 3 just a minute ago. Who knows? I don't know. Hey, Shadow. Hey, buddy. There's some pets from Aunt Missy. Aunt Missy gives you pets. Yes, Aunt Missy giving you pets. There, you gave him virtual pets. It was me. I squeaked my chair, okay? Chill out. Well, okay. That's good. She's watching the cows. Binks is a girl, right? Yeah, Binks is a girl. Oh, hey, there's somebody else. Welcome in, Diane Major. I'm just sitting here waiting for people to come in. Not a whole lot going on. I was just showing Missy my blocks that I've been working on, and the ever-present Grim Reaper, I'm still working. I've been working on him since that Sunday. So, yep, that's kind of what I'm working on during the live stream. I was going to try to do some spinning, but it's really hard to spin while I'm on a live. So this is my wool, and this is it's a Turkish spindle. And no, I really can't spin and try to do a live at the same time. So I just decided I would opt for my single crochet block that I haven't finished yet. And so then we talked about the spider web join that I'm doing for my blocks. But that's really about it. I'm really kind of a quiet person. I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm just here for you guys. I'm just here so we can all get together and have a party on a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, I'm still trying to catch up myself. I'm not using anything special. I'm just using whatever I have on hand. Just trying to use up my bucket of scraps, and I went through and I just found some skeins and that were partially used, and then I got out the little gumballs of joy. And in fact, I was this little spider that I was working on. This little spider here. I think the ball that I used for the spider was like this big. And I have, let's see, where did the tail go? I saved my tails too. There was a tail. No. Oh, I don't know where it went. But anyway, I ended up with a piece about that long. So I always find some kind of use for every little thing. I don't throw any little scrap away. That's okay. Right now it looks like a 2-year-old's putting mine together. So I was telling Missy that it looked like a corset more than a napkin. So, and you know, you guys haven't seen the video yet. It will come out, but in there I discuss about how you don't have to do what I do. because if you want to just sew it together and you want it to look really patchworky, I mean, think about it. You know, Frankenstein's monster has like always the old clothes, and he's got the scar where he's been put together in pieces. And, you know, then you have The Nightmare Before Christmas, you have Sally, whose dress is patchwork. And then you have scarecrows who always, you know, are kind of patchworky. So, you know, if you want to sew it together and you don't think it looks that great, well, add some exaggerated stitching. You know, make it look like it's intentional, that you made it look that way on purpose. You know, after I've been working on this spider web join that I'm trying to do, it's like, why do I do this to myself? why do I put myself through all of this? I mean, I did it originally because I thought it was cool looking, but you know, it's like, then trying to do a tutorial to explain it was crazy. And we're still not done yet. I still have one more piece to film. So I've gotten 2 out of 3. And I may tear it all back out and go with my patchwork idea. So your kit came last night. Oh, thank you. About my embroidery. The machine does all the work. My husband does the designs, and I just push the button. Now, I will say my hand embroidery is amazing. I don't have any of that close by. But yeah, as far as the machine embroidery, the machine does it all. I just have to sit back and watch it and change the thread when the thread needs changing. And yeah, I thought about adding bolts to the Frankenstein too, which, speaking of Frankenstein, there will be a video coming out, an embroidery video coming out, I think Friday, tomorrow. I gotta look back at my calendar. Oh no, how about I look at August? I was looking at July. So yeah, Frankie's Monster is going to be out at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. I didn't do a short on it because I was having some technical difficulties, so no short on Frankie's Monster, but it's kind of cool. You'll like it. You're working on Jack and Sally squares now. See, my Jack square wasn't intended to be a Jack square. You guys just went there. So it's like, okay, yeah, it's Jack. I'll take the credit for that, even though I didn't intend it to be that way. Yeah, I'm going to have to show more of my hand embroidery. So my husband doesn't smoke in the house. He always goes outside to smoke. And I go with him, you know, when I need to take a break. And so I take my hand embroidery with me, and I'll go outside and sew by hand while he's out there smoking, you know. And so it's kind of like my break away from the machine. I think I don't know, in my mind, it's kind of cool that I can do hand embroidery. And I mean, I've got the technology to do it fast, but then I also know how to do it slow. And, you know, it's just kind of, I don't know. I'm trying to find ways to incorporate it, because a lot of people still associate hand embroidery with those, you know, little embroidered doilies and, you know, the pillowcases and stuff like that. But I want to break the stigma of the old-fashioned idea and bring it out. I mean, you know, find new ways to make people interested in it. And so right now I'm just doing the little like the little locket type hand embroidery. I mean, we're talking little bitty. They're like, they fit in the palm of my hand. So, and I'm going to keep up the Halloween machine embroidery for as long as I can. but there's only so many Halloween designs. I mean, we just bought a few more, and my husband can only design so fast. So, you know, it's kind of like we're going to take it out for as long as we can. And then, you know, I just wish the store would pick up a little bit. I still get orders here and there, but you know, it's not. I wish it'd just pick up. So. Yep. I'd like to upcycle clothing and embroider on clothing and make it look cool. I can imagine your mom was not pleased either. I know my mom would have been furious if I'd have done something like that. But I mean, I grew up in a crafty household, so there, you know, craft supplies were, you know, I always had it more than enough, and I could, you know, I always had the appropriate place to put them. I mean, you know, but I would be afraid to get in trouble, so I wouldn't have ever done anything like that. I was always play by the rules and never get in any trouble, and I was one of those be seen and not heard children, and not even be seen either. Just, you know. Ooh, yeah, yeah. My mom got called to school one time. I was in kindergarten, and I got in trouble for talking in class. I don't even remember what I said or whatever. The teacher sat me out in the hallway, and she thought that would be that. You know, that's not why my mom got called to school. Um, my mom got called to school when I refused to talk in class after I got put back in the classroom. Um, you know, apparently then I wouldn't say anything at all. And so my mom just kind of looked at the teacher and said, well, you broke her, now you fix her. You know, you're the one that told her not to talk in class. And so she's not going to say a word until, you know, you tell her to talk again. So, you know, I've always been that kind of, you know, and I mean, it broke my heart. And so after that, I did not want my heart broken again. So I would not talk in school after that. I'm just like, I was done. She broke me for the rest of my academic career. Yeah, especially kindergartners. You know, it's like, I must have been talking at the wrong time. I don't remember. I just remember I got in trouble for talking and I got sat out in the hallway. Of course, you know, we are talking in the 80s. I am, you know, I was a child of the 80s. Yes, me in trouble for talking. Well, now you know why I don't talk. It's stayed with me all of my life. Yeah, I had a lot of childhood trauma from teachers. I would say a lot of my insecurities about doing things, especially my fourth grade teacher, that was pretty traumatic also. I had learning disabilities when I was in school, even though I'm very intelligent. I am dyslexic, and I really think I fit on the spectrum also somewhere because I mean I'm highly intelligent, but my fourth grade teacher just absolutely did not know what to do with me, and that was a rough year. I'm glad I survived it. So let's see. Well, got two people. And did you guys see that I'm up to 95 subscribers? I am just like over the moon. And I think really this daily posting with, you know, all the different videos, I think has really what has brought me up. I'm over 100 videos now. I think I'm almost to 120 videos, which is phenomenal. So really, as far as teachers that were awful to me, it would have been kindergarten and fourth. And then not again until high school. I had a high school English teacher that was pretty not nice. But other than that, I mean, I was really fortunate. I had a lot of good teachers that I liked and that were good to me. They realized that I was backwards and shy, and they always, you know, found ways to bring me into the class. Yes, 95 is pretty awesome. I wish it was the 200 and some I had on my other channel, but we'll get there. We'll get there. YouTube has finally decided that I am a valid channel and I'm going to keep making videos. And so now it's throwing me into the algorithm, I guess. So I know where Missy is from. Diane, where are you from? You from what state? I mean, you don't have to tell me exactly where you're from. Oh, let's see. It feels like 93 here. I've got it on my watch. Yeah, I'm hoping I have 500. North Carolina, oof, another southern state. Oof. Is it hot and steamy there too? We almost ended up in North Carolina. But had some family stuff happen, and you know, so we ended up in Texas instead. Maybe someday we'll still end up in North Carolina. I don't know. See now, look, he's got his back to the camera. He's pouting at me because I'm not paying attention to him anymore. He heard me say him, so he automatically assumes I'm talking about him. Either that or he heard something outside because he's looking out the window. Yeah, we've had some pretty bad storms here too. The one this morning was horrendous. That's why it only feels like 93 here today, because we had rain for most of the day. Now, I bet if I go outside, it's going to feel a lot worse than 93 because it is humid. It is very humid. It's like you walk out and it's like instant moisture on your face. Well, so we are in Southeast Texas. We're about an hour and a half, 2 hours from the coast. So the one hurricane that we've had since I've lived in Texas, really, we just got wind, and it wasn't that bad. Now, granted, we've not had a major hurricane since I have lived in Texas, but I'm with you. I love the ocean. I would go back up in the Northeast in a heartbeat. Anywhere on the Eastern coast, I would go in a heartbeat if I could. And I especially loved Maine. You will hear me talk about Maine a lot because I loved it. And I mean, that is where my heart is in Maine. In fact, I'm wearing my Boothbay Harbor shirt today. Boothbay. One of my favorite places. Tornadoes. Yeah, I had my share of tornadoes in Missouri when I lived on the farm there. I was born in New York. I was born in Syracuse, which is, I mean, I'm more from upstate New York. So we lived there till I was 4. Yep, I met my husband because he lost everything in Hurricane Rita, and he moved to Missouri after that. Well, he had family up there, and so he came to be safe with his family. And to when he evacuated, and then when he came back and found out he had nothing, he just came back to Missouri where his family was. So, Hurricane Fran, yeah, no fun. I have not yet, knock on some wood somewhere, not behind your heads here. I have not lost anything to a natural disaster yet. So I count my blessings there that I've not lost anything yet. I know, and in all of the time I lived in Missouri, it was about 35 years. There were numerous tornadoes. I mean, I don't know if y'all have heard of the Joplin tornado, but I lived just south of Joplin by like 45 minutes. And it seemed like all of the tornadoes always went around us. And in the time that I lived on the farm, we never had a hurricane. We never had a tornado touch down anywhere near the farm. So, oh, well, hey, Yarny Cat, you're back. Glad to see you. Welcome back. Yeah, there was all sorts of destruction from tornadoes in Missouri. I mean, around us, but never once hit the farm. Never hit our 40-acre farm or any of our neighbors. So it's okay. So now that I have the 3 of you in here and 2 of you being my best pals, my Yarny sisters, should I do this every week? I mean, if you guys have stuff in the chat, because I talk about what I see in the chat. So if you guys want to chat, and I will be the voice, and you guys can do the typing. And I mean, should I do this every Thursday? Or should I just not? Or, I mean, it's just as easy for me to make embroidery videos and not talk. I think this is therapy for me. I think it will do me good to make me get out of my shell, but I don't know. I was doing pretty good there for a while. I was doing like unboxings and Happy Mail, and then we stopped getting so much stuff, and I'm kind of like, I don't have anything to talk about. Yeah, we need to do one together sometime. It'd be different if we were all in the same place. It's different because you guys could talk and I could just sit and watch. I haven't seen much out of Sam. Is she still on vacation, or is she back? I know that's what I'm saying. The birthday live was cool because we had a bunch of people and I couldn't hardly keep up with the chat. And 2, we had giveaways and stuff. I'm just afraid of scammers. I don't want, to get scammers involved with my channel. I just looked down and saw something. It's like it's crooked. It's like it's, I don't know. I need to go back and count my stitches. because it's like it's going. Oh, she's taking a break from YouTube. Well, she has been doing quite a lot lately, and I thought she was just on vacation. But yeah, I could see how that could take its toll on somebody. I mean, ever since I've started this 100 Days of Halloween thing, it's kind of like I wake up in the morning and I think, did I get all my videos scheduled? Because more than likely, you know, more than likely everything you're going to see is going to be pre-recorded. And then, you know, for at least the day before, some of the embroidery videos are shot like multiple days ahead of time. Like the ones for this weekend were shot like Monday and Tuesday of this week. But I mean, it's all stuff that's not time relevant, really. It's just videos, and I try to spread them out because, you know, it just all depends on when I run stuff. And I don't want to put out like 4 videos in one day and then have nothing for the next 4 days. Yeah. We could do that. Just pick a date. Just not on Saturday or Sunday, please. Oh, okay. Yeah, the crochet along that we were talking about. It's not really a crochet along. I mean, it is kind of. It's more like a competition. Hold on, I missed something. Okay, maybe I didn't miss something. Yes, we need our ducks in a row, but we all have monkeys. I just recently figured out how I could put comments up on the screen. Well, that's what we got to have a meeting about is it's not, I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know, it's for a good cause. I mean, we are crocheting together. I don't know. See, that's me. I'm always sticking my foot in it where it doesn't belong before we're ready to do anything about it. And, you know, kind of, you know, I always go and say things when things are only half thought out. Competition. There we go. New word. Very good. We'll have to use that. It's the only charity I could really come up with. I mean, I'm sure there's others out there. See, that's kind of like me around here. I just push the button. I wonder where Mateo went. All right, so my number just jumped up to 5. Who else just came in? Welcome in, whoever you are. I didn't mean that to sound like aggressive. Oh, and then they left. I scared them off. Dang. Some people like to lurk. Yep, some people do lurk. I'd be happy for some lurkers. I would be very happy for lurkers. Hey, did you see that I'm up to 95, Patricia? I'm up to 95. Almost 100. I don't understand. I still have 26 stitches, so I have no idea why this thing looks like it's shrinking. It's like a daily, so, you know, my second thought of the day after I wake up, and my first thought is, did I schedule all my videos? My second thought is, do I have any new subscribers, and what are my watch hours up to? Oh, well, you know, that's okay. I wonder what would happen if somebody double dog dared Laura to do this crochet along, this Halloween crochet along. I'm not going to do it because I'm not that brave. You know, I'm assuming she meant Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet. I don't know. I don't know who else is on right now. But anyway, I really am curious to know what would happen if she would take whoever double dog dared her up on the challenge, and then, you know, I don't know. I don't know who that is. I must not know Mara. Anyway, Mara. Oh, Mindfully Crochet. That's another channel I'll have to look at. I mean, it's really not hard to do a live. All you got to do is click the button. I've done a couple. I mean, prior to this channel, I did a couple. One of them was from Booth Bay, actually, from the t-shirt I'm wearing. We went on a little mini vacation there, and I did a live from Booth Bay. It was really kind of cool. That's why I started YouTube in the first place, was because I was a travel nurse. If you haven't checked out my other channel, you should. But I think 2 out of 3 of you have already seen my other channel. So I know that's why I haven't really double dog dared her to do my make along, because mine is like huge, and sometimes I regret my decision to jump in and do 100 days worth. You know, I probably should have done, you know, every other day or something, but 100 days worth, well, you know, I think you got to be crazy to do 100 days of Halloween anyway. 100 days, but you know, I'm already putting stuff up every day, and I know I really wanted to do the Wednesday wipeout last year when it started, but I just don't own cotton crochet thread, cotton dishcloth stuff. I don't. I think I commented on somebody's video today that I own more of the fine crochet thread than I do that cotton stuff that you make the dishcloths out of. You're fixing to do a cat square. Yeah, my block yesterday was supposed to have been a cat square, but I didn't get it done yet. But I did find my sparkly blue yarn for the sky background. It is my Big Twist. And it doesn't have a color. I think it's sapphire. Yeah, that's what I thought, sapphire. And then I've got gold for the moon. And then I'll just do the cat appliques on it. Well, that would be appreciated, because if I could even get her to do just a couple blocks, maybe people would come over and watch me, and I might get a few more of her followers. I don't know. People will come if they want to come. I don't even think Laura knows who I am. Oh. All right, we'll see you later, Patricia. I know. I just don't want to have anyone do something, you know, especially as half-baked as this idea is. You know, at least, you know, most of the stuff she's doing is from like a book or an established website. Here I am. I'm just, you know, I'm just winging it big time. Yeah, I do. That's how I got, you know, a lot of the people to come to my birthday live is I was in the lives or other people's lives, and I, you know, they were, oh, what are you doing this week? Well, I'm having a live on my birthday this week. And I do. I think it's fun. It's a challenge to try to keep up with it every day. Bye, Patricia. We'll see you later. Yeah, I probably need to be going too. I smell supper. I think my husband is cooking, or at least reheating. So I'm not sure if he cooked any for me. Reheated any for me. Oh, wait a minute. Hi. I was just getting ready to leave, but I'll stay. We got somebody new in here. Hi, Bridget. Welcome in. Okay. I would be too. I would be out as well. So actually, my husband does the cooking for like the week. He does meal prepping, and so that's what I mean by reheating. He fixes it all up nice and neat for us in the refrigerator, and then we can just take one out and pop it in the microwave. I don't cook. I've been a nurse for 26 years and I don't know how to cook. I've been fortunate enough that I've had a husband or a mother to cook for me for all of that time. So I'm just, I mean, I could cook if I wanted to, but I just don't have any desire to, especially when there's somebody else to do it, right? You know? So since you're a fellow spinner, Bridget, I will show you my fluff. I got it the other day off Amazon. It is merino wool, and then the colorful bits are sari silk. It's recycled sari silk. And then I've got my my Turkish drop spindle with the llama on it. My little llama. Of course, it was a business expense because it's got a llama on it. Thank you, Bridget. I believe it is beautiful too. I love it. Sometimes you can get some pretty cool stuff off Amazon. I have a spinning wheel, but it's in Missouri right now. It's still in storage. And I mean, I'd rather spin by hand anyway. I like my drop spindle and then my Turkish drop spindle. I also have an electric wheel that I never really got much use out of. I don't know. I like things I can control, and I feel like I have more control over the hand spinners than I do the spinning wheels. I've lost count of how many spindles I have. I think I have 5 or 6, 7. I don't know. I got a bunch. Another one that I have. I love how I have all my little crafting junk right here by my desk. Another spindle I have is this one here. It's like it's a gear. And it's got that nice little design up top. I don't know if y'all have ever heard me talk about Snyder spindles, but I love Snyder spindles. And this is the wool. It reminds me, it gives me Little Mermaid vibes. I've been working on it since 2022. I just do a little bit here and there, and then I stick it away for a while. And so, yep. And of course, I have it in the ever, wonderful Pub Mix container. Keeps it nice. I mean, it's been from Missouri to Maine, back to Missouri, and now to Texas. So I have to agree with that. As far as changing the way you eat has helped you feel better. It's definitely helped me feel better as far as like additions to my diet. I do a cucumber watermelon smoothie twice a week, and it has cucumber, lemon, watermelon, and ginger. And I drink it. I mean, I mix it all up in my little Ninja blender thing, and I drink it twice a week for my kidneys. It's supposed to be anti-inflammatory also, but that, and I eat a lot of grapes and watermelon, all for my kidneys because I have kidney disease. So yes, I definitely agree about watching what you eat because I'm far too young to have kidney disease, but it runs in my family, so which is something I got to deal with. I wish we had a way to do our own, I mean, grow our own food and like that. But I mean, at least I try to hit farmers markets. And here in Texas, we have Texas grown produce at the supermarkets, and, try to grab organic when I can. And, but even just eating whole foods and knowing what's in your food is better than chemically processed food and all of that. I mean, it's that's what my kidney doctor said, is that people are just far too lazy nowadays, and they just need to eat real food. They need to not eat food that's full of chemicals and preservatives and all of that. And people would be far better off if they would eat food that is made by scratch, or So yeah, I try to do farmers markets. But hey, I live in Texas, and it's we have a long growing season down here. So see, I just try to give up bread altogether. I mean, I'm not that in love with bread that I can't do without it. So, you know, I try to do, I mean, not that I'm doing a vegetarian diet, but I'm trying to do more vegetables and more fruits, and some meat, some carbs, but like natural carbs, like potatoes. Not like processed carbs. And I agree, yes, the added chemicals are really, really bad for us. I really don't want to know, because I ate that stuff for a long time. I really, yeah. But I have made my own bread before. I have a bread machine. And I used to make bread all the time when my kids were little. But now that they're older and all of that, I mean, I have a bread machine still. I just don't cook. Yeah, for all of us that have the autoimmune diseases, or the inflammatory diseases, fruits and vegetables are the best way to go. I mean, honestly, things that decrease inflammation are really our best friends. I really wish my husband would make the bread, since he likes to cook. And I can't say that. When I was a kid, I was in 4-H, and I did all the biscuits and all the breads and all the jellies and all the jams and all the good things, the gingerbread and, all of that. So I guess it's just a lack of desire to cook. I just don't like to cook. Of course, then again, I'm the one that always cuts my fingers or burns my fingers, or, I'm always hurting myself. So I'm really not allowed in the kitchen, honestly. I mean, unless it's to get something out of the refrigerator. It's like the kitchen is. Now, that's not true. I am allowed to wash dishes, as long as I promise not to hurt myself. In which I never have to wash a knife, because my husband washes all the knives, so I don't cut myself. I agree. Autoimmune diseases, a lot of it's probably from our food. But my kidney disease is not. I'm sure the autoimmune is making the kidney disease worse, and it's probably why I have it younger than my dad. Of course, I don't know. My dad might have had kidney disease when he was my age. I just didn't know it. But I had a grandfather that died in the 40s from kidney disease. I think my dad he must have died in 1947, because my dad was 7 when he died. And back then they had no idea, what to do with kidney disease. And so my grandpa, my dad, me, I mean, there's no telling. My brother may have had kidney disease, but he passed away a long time ago. So, but I mean, it's genetic. That part is genetic. Now, the autoimmune, I mean, it's possible my dad had an autoimmune disease also, and they just never caught it. But, as like I say, the kidney disease is genetic. So, yeah, autoimmune diseases, the body attacks itself. And so mine started with a pain in my pinky. Um, I thought I had dislocated my pinky or broke my pinky or something. And so that led to all sorts of x-rays and things. And I got a diagnosis of chronic Epstein-Barr because I was tired all the time. And, I told my nurse practitioner that I had been tired all my life, and she did the test. And then from there, autoimmune diseases run hand in hand with Epstein-Barr virus. And so then I've gone to a rheumatologist, and I have some kind of an autoimmune arthritis. They're not saying rheumatoid arthritis. I had one tell me it was psoriatic arthritis, but I don't have psoriasis. So the second rheumatologist said, no, probably not psoriatic arthritis, but I do have some kind of an autoimmune arthritis. Could be fibromyalgia, who knows. But it's weird because, like, one day my right elbow might hurt, and it'll hurt for probably 4 or 5 days, and then the pain will go away. And then it'll be somewhere else. It might be in my left shoulder. Currently, right now, it's my upper back. And, it'll hurt for 4 or 5 days, and then it'll move on, and it'll hurt somewhere else. For the longest time, I had plantar fasciitis, but we got rid of that, and then but I don't know. I just live with it. I'm a mess. Yep. They usually go in pairs or threes or fours. So if you have one, you have more than one. So I also have MS runs in my family, but I don't have MS. So. Hey guys, we've made it almost an hour. Look at that. You made me talk for an hour. Oh, wow, you have 4. Well, I don't even know exactly what I have. I know I have at least one, but I don't know what it is. They said if it is rheumatoid arthritis, it's non-reactive. It didn't show up in the $2,000 autoimmune panel that they did. So it didn't show up as lupus either. But anyway. Oh, so do you have any kind of skin patches or skin issues with yours? Because, I mean, I get rashes, but they go away. It's more like an allergic thing. It's like I break out in, like, rashes, and it clears up. It doesn't leave any kind of anything behind except scratch marks where I claw myself to death. My uncle was diagnosed when he was in his 20s. He made it to be 80 something with MS. And then I have a good friend back in Missouri that has MS. Well, at any rate, I do take hydroxychloroquine, and it's helped remarkably. I mean, it's helped made well in the beginning it did. Now it's not helping so much anymore. It's okay. I'm a nurse. It doesn't gross me out. It may gross the rest of the chat out, but not me. It's like I have some of the most disgusting conversations on my lunch break, but you know, been a nurse 26 years. It's just all part of the job. And see, when I was a kid, I had something like that on my feet. On like the instep, I guess that's what it's called, on my feet. Yep, I have issues too. Yeah, for the longest time when I had plantar fasciitis, it was mostly my heels, but it just felt like somebody was driving spikes up through my heels. And it would just, those first few steps in the morning would hurt like crazy. Of course, I think I have re-injured my right heel because now it wraps around the back side of my heel. Yeah. Yep, I've been there. I'd see some of the grossest stuff and then just go straight to lunch and talk about it with my coworkers. But no, most of the gross stuff is over with. I work in a nursing home now, so I mean, they're still gross, but it's not, it's just everyday gross. It's not extraordinarily gross. I must have some lurkers. There's 5 people. There are 5 people. Take myself out. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the gross stuff. It's some of it, like slimy stuff. I can't. Slimy is, well, I can't do slimy anymore. But you know, like wounds and stuff like that, that doesn't bother me. Oh, you're most always working and lurking. Yeah, I do that sometimes on your lives at nighttime. If I'm still running stuff on the machines on Monday night, I'll be working and lurking. I'll have my little earbud in and I'll be listening. Ew. Mm. Now, see, I don't like the ER. I had to go to the ER once. I mean, I got floated as a travel nurse. I commonly got floated, and I was always terrified they were going to send me to the ER. And I hated going to the ER. It's too loud and too noisy and too busy and too many people in the ER for me. I just, no thank you. I would much rather go to the ICU than the ER. Well, y'all, I think I'm going to call it and say we've been an hour, and I appreciate you being here. And working and lurking just means we can multitask well. Yes, we do. And I'm going to call it good for today. And I really appreciate you all coming. It means the world to me. Hopefully, I'll be up above 500 soon, maybe 1,000 soon, you know. And just the sky's the limit. I mean, I'm just doing this for my business. I do enjoy you guys. I'd rather watch than do this, but it's all part of it, and it's for a good cause. It's for my business. So I figure I've got to do what I got to do, right? So I am not a salesman by any stretch of the imagination. I just let my products do the talking for themselves. So thanks for coming, y'all. I do appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.